Good morning, guys. I hope you can hear me even with all of the cars passing. So welcome back to my channel. It's Rarosue Amaraibi here. So in this video, I really just want to talk about the future of this channel, starting over and things like that. But first, follow me for my morning walk. So I've actually not done this particular route in months. That's because one day I actually saw a wolf. Two wolves actually. Okay, no, maybe they're not wolves, coyote. But they look like wolves, honestly, in the area I'm going to. But that's why I'm not going very early and also not late. So I'm like going mid-morning, late morning actually. So I've actually seen like two things that look like wolves, but maybe they were coyotes. But another day I was coming back and I saw something that looked like fox, and I was like, anyways, I want to go there now because there's like a really nice view of like Tabletops Mountain, and I'd like to show you guys. Then we'll talk about what this video is about. Okay, bye. I'm up where I want to show you guys, right? And I think something I wanted to say that it's good to be consistent because I've not done this walk in a while. It's usually like a 15 minutes walk from my house and 15 minutes walk back. It's usually like a chilled walk, but like today I was catching my breath, or like I was out of breath rather, because I've not done it in a while. So it's really good to remain consistent in whatever you do. And so yeah. Well, those are the tabletops and the mountains behind. So where I saw something like a wolf was down there. It was like very early in the morning, like 6:37. I saw two wolf-like creatures, because I think they were wolves actually. They were just crossing. And like there are signs for like fox and coyotes, but I don't know for wolves. But I always thought they were just signs because they're like buildings around. I saw them crossing, and so since that day I've been scared to walk here. And so I'm still not going to come here like early in the morning or late at night. Then one day in the evening I was coming back from work and I saw a fox-like animal, which I think that should actually be a coyote, because I think fox are smaller than what I saw. So that's why I was like, oh, the other thing I saw that day must have been a wolf. Well, this is their terrain anyways, like the mountains, but I really just thought they were not here because of the houses around. So, but yeah, let's talk about me. So I've actually started this YouTube thing for a while now, since like 2018. Since the 20th century, and most notably since the late 19th. I think we're like 4,200 right now. But again, I also know that it's been mixed, like what I do on this channel. So I started this channel, initially it was actually not my name, it was Sustainability Nuggets. So it was because I was very passionate about sustainability. At that point I was starting a master's in global sustainability, and I actually just wanted to start this channel to talk about it. Like it was something I enjoyed talking about, but just even it was a learning process for me to know how to talk, like public speaking, which I think it has actually helped me a lot, because I was a very shy kid. I'm still a shy lady, but people do not get to believe that because I'm also social. So I feel like I'm mixed. I can be very social, but I can also be to myself. But I think this channel has really helped me in public speaking. And so yeah, when I started the channel, of course, sustainability, that was what I was doing professionally. I enjoyed doing it, but I knew like at that point there was a time where I didn't just want to be talking about sustainability. I wanted to be doing other things, and like there was a period when like people were sending me a lot of questions on like scholarship, blah blah blah, and someone was not even saying you should do a video on scholarships, things like that. And so I then started talking about like how I got funding in the United States, so that came in. But I really now saw that I loved the camera, and so like even beyond that I was vlogging. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rarosue Amaraibi. I'm a Nigerian who lives in Tampa, Florida. So this channel was now a mix of things. It was sustainability, which later became a podcast. So the Sustainability Nuggets are actually on podcast platforms. like officially, but like I was also still doing the video on this channel, and then I'll talk about school, and then I'll vlog. And honestly, I had like scattered audience around all of this topic. So for the podcast, I realized like I honestly don't even know whether they're really watching on this channel. If you came here for just the podcast, please let me know in the comment section. But like the podcast actually started attracting very niche audience, which I love it for the podcast, right? But like I said, I don't know if they were from like the other platforms or from YouTube. I was not really sure. But like I get emails all the time for guests that want to come on the podcast. I even got like an invite from a president. I'm not going to say like from a presidential team because of my podcast. But I'm not going to like say who it was or whatever. But like that's the kind of visibility I had in that podcast space. And honestly, it's something I really love. Like professionally, that's what I do. I said I did it in my master's, also my PhD, and that's what I professionally do right now at work. And so when I say professionally, like I work in the sustainability space, intersection of sustainability and engineering, because I'm an engineer, so I do the technical part of things. So but for the podcast is for me to discuss. We really like to discuss, like pick the brains of experts in different fields. So like I said, it invited those niche audience, but I really didn't know whether they were on the YouTube, because like for the podcast videos on YouTube, it was not really getting a lot of engagement. But also like in terms of YouTube, I get people from YouTube reach out to me on Instagram, and they're mostly students. Honestly, they're mostly students, maybe telling me how they watch my video before coming here, blah blah blah. Obviously those students were not interested in sustainability. Most of them have nothing to do with it. And I then had some friends who maybe came from YouTube, but like are now my friends normally. They literally told me that they don't even understand what I have to say on that podcast. But please, I should not stop doing vlogs and things like that. They like that. And honestly, me too, I like vlogs. And so for a long time, like I've been advised to like separate it, but because I was so busy with PhD, to handle 2 channels was like daunting to me, and I'm like, how will I make it grow, blah blah blah. But I feel like I've just come to this point where of course I want to grow, but I don't want to be very connected with the numbers, right? I know I'm reaching out to some people, and like hopefully the growth will come. But even in terms of growth, I think when you actually niche out, YouTube knows your channel better. And so now I have created another channel for the podcast, and some people will be like, okay, why do you not create another channel for like your personal stuff? It's because I feel like the people on YouTube, my current audience, are not mostly here for podcasts. They're here for my school stuff and also like for my vlogs, because there was a time this year when I started posting podcasts again, someone commented, someone I don't know, like, please can you post more Denver vlogs, because I moved to Denver, right? And I started posting vlogs at a point and I stopped. So now I have separated like the podcast to its own channel. And so please, if you came here for just podcast, I created a channel for that. It's called Sustainability Nuggets. I'm going to link it down in the comment section and description box of this video, so you can go there, but also you can just keep on staying here too for other things. So for the channel now, for this channel, Rarosue Amaraibi, I really want it focused on me, because I'm like, the podcast right now is supposed to be a professional educational channel where I talk about sustainability, where I interview people from government, business, NGOs, research teams about sustainability. So that's really not about me. That channel is not about me. It's about sustainability and pushing like the educational needle in that space. So it's already on like Apple, Spotify, Google, everywhere you listen to your podcast, but I wanted it to be on its own now on YouTube. So of course the previous episodes and videos are still on this channel, but like moving forward, I'll be posting all of like my podcast episode on the dedicated YouTube channel called Sustainability Nuggets. Then this channel, I'll leave it to be about me, because it's my name, right? Rarosue Amaraibi. And so it's going to be all about who I am. So of course, like I said, I was doing a lot of like school videos. Yeah, I'm out of school now, but like I'm a scientist, I'm a researcher, I'm a doctor. And so I would still like to talk about how to succeed as a student, as in PhD, masters, but even like professional development, as I like navigate the career space, being a Black woman in STEM, I would just like to share knowledge learned. And I know like representation matters. So a young girl that thinks, oh, maybe science and engineering is for men, maybe not for Blacks, just by seeing me, I know that they can be encouraged. Because I'll say, I don't think I've said it before, but like when I was finally coming for a PhD, one thing like I was scared of is like being a nerd. So I'm a nerd and I've accepted it, but I'm a cool nerd, yeah. Anyways, scientists or researchers usually have like a certain look that I was not really interested in having, and it seemed like boring. And so I could remember Ugwem. I don't know her other name, but I know one part of her name is Ugwem. She was in Stanford at the time and she was doing a PhD, and like I just saw her and I'm like, and she had like friends like Kiton, which were not in school but they were her friends, and like I saw them and I'm like, oh my goodness, this girl is so smart, she's in Stanford doing PhD and she still has this life. And like I'm like, oh, I want to be something like that. I don't know if she finished her PhD, but she went on to be like she's a badass entrepreneur right now. She has like a company in Lagos, New York, and London or something like that. Yeah, she was someone I saw and I was like, oh, if she can do it, I can do it. So I want to be that to other young girls, but not even just young girls, young boys. I'm from Nigeria. I want to be able to be a role model to like the young ones coming up. So I really just want to continue like sharing my life, but like sharing tips and tricks. But again, like I said, I love vlogging, so I want to continue vlogging. So vlog whenever I think there's any vlog worthy moment, when I travel, when I go to new places in Denver, in Colorado, I want to be able to do that. But like just literally just grow with me, learn with me, even navigating money, finances. I want to be able to talk about things that relate to me on this channel or lessons I'm learning. And so I hope you guys would ride with me as I make this change. Please comment like, oh, why you subscribed. Was it for the podcast or was it for my vlogs? And do you think I'm taking the right step in like separating it now? And what would you like to see from me personally going forward? Of course, please, if you love the educational content for the podcast, go sign up, go subscribe. Definitely more interesting guests as we grow. Okay, someone told me not to carry my bag whenever I'm going on a walk, but it's just like my wallet goes in it, my keys, so it's like a bad habit, but I need to actually stop it because it told me that I could be a target. But yeah, like I've lost a lot of weight. I know nobody asked, but yeah, I've been recovering, and a positive thing out of my recovery period was the weight loss, and so I'm like almost at my target weight, and I love that for me. But yeah, stick with me, encourage me, and wish me success on this channel because I really do want it to grow. Wish me success on the podcast to meet more niche and professional audience. And like I said, you might be like me that like both educational and fun content, so you can subscribe to both. So for that podcast channel, I really want to level it up. On YouTube I watch vlogs, right, but I also watch like some really educational channels like Johnny Harris. Is like a independent journalist, but I like how he does the story with research and carries it out. But there's another girl, Cleo Abram, so I want like that podcast channel to be like a combination of Johnny Harris, Cleo Abram, and Dario the CEO. Anyways, so just stick with me, cheer me on, and let's grow together, right? Like it's going to be great if at the end of the day you see me on CNN or you see me in the White House or something like that. So yeah, that's my update. Take care, love you, bye.